Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, weatherwave.net, on Monday the 17th of March. Thanks again for watching. Now there's talk in the States of it being the coldest April of the 2000s. Just interesting to take a look at this and see what's going on. This is a week one forecast from the CFS. There's the States look underneath here. You see the blue and green colours indicating below normal temperatures. Week two, again look indicated below normal temperatures there as well. Week 3 and week 4 looking like this. Cooler temperatures look predicted across most of the states there, and then cooler temperatures towards the north as well. Only some cool stuff on the way, and if we just take a look at Europe on these as well, look, go back to the week 1 forecast for Europe, and you can see here, if I just zoom in for you, you'll be able to see how, there we go, you can see here, look, that Europe's warm during this week, including the UK, including western parts of Europe as well. Into week 2, the CFS is quite interesting too, because it cools us down a little bit, but keeps Spain warm. It keeps central parts of Europe, though, into more cooler conditions, and then builds the heat here, look, across the western parts of Russia and into Asia as well. But into week 3, we see a bit of a leaching away of that heat across the western parts of Russia. You see it kind of goes across into then getting into central parts of Asia. There's the States, look, staying cool. British Isles, Western France staying in their nearer normal conditions. And then into week 4, so this is from the 6th of April through to the 12th of April, look, back up to warmer conditions across the UK, across much of northern Europe, and then these western parts of Russia, Eastern Europe, actually going to cooler conditions but very warm weather staying around those central parts of Asia. So generally fairly mild through the British Isles, predicted from the CFS, but yes, you can see that cooler weather down into parts of the States. But of course, it says the coolest April. This is actually the beginning of April, and it starts to warm temperatures up. So it looks as if the cooler weather really is going to be the next few weeks across the States. Now, let's just come back to near the present time. This is the ECMWF 7 to 10 day means, and these are valid from today, from Monday through to Thursday the 27th. And what's interesting on these, this is the ECMWF on the left here, and this is the GFS on the right. What's interesting here, look, is the ridge building across the Atlantic through the UK there. And again here, look, on the GFS, similar sort of pattern. So it's building pressure out towards the west, which turns the winds back into the southwest, which in turn warms things up. Need to watch this little cut-off feature here off the western coast of Portugal, which is shown on the ECMWF during this period, just to watch for the possibility of that being a trough, perhaps slipping its way a little bit further east, which could pull the flow round more into an east to northeasterly through the UK. But given this pattern at the moment, this would indicate mild conditions prevailing again by the end of next week. So the cooler weather that we're looking forward to during the course of this weekend, not lasting very long before we get back into those drier, more unsettled conditions at the back end of next week. And just to bring up the CFS again, this is the CFS forecast for week 1. It's for the height anomalies. You've got to twist your head round for these. British Isles is just underneath here. There's the UK. And look, it's bringing above normal heights towards the south, which of course is what we've got at the moment. If we then go into week 2, looking like this, where we've got, it's trying to build that ridge through the UK, look, it basically gets rid of the cold weather really quickly, so that actually by the 23rd, it's trying to build pressure back in again. I think it does this too quickly at the moment. And then on to week 3, what it's trying to show us here is the high slipping off towards the east with the ridge building out there, and it's trying to build a trough in the Atlantic, so to give us that sort of shape on the ridge into week 3, which would bring really mild conditions towards the beginning part of April. That looks believable, and you'll know that we were talking about beginning of April being fairly mild. And there it is again, look, for week 2. high out towards the west, troughing the Atlantic, so it would mean western parts of Ireland perhaps being more unsettled, but across most of the UK enjoying this southerly flow. And actually that ties up more with what the ECMWF was trying to do in 10 days time, of putting that little low just off the western coast of Portugal. Actually, it was trying to put it in here, just off the western coast of Portugal. So I think the CFS goes back to high pressure too quickly on this scenario, but I do like the idea of pressure building right at the end of March into the early part of April. I think that's a distinct possibility, that actually we could be in the first third of April, could be very pleasant. It could be quite sunny, quite warm, but then during the last 2/3, I think we could go into more unsettled, cooler conditions. That was a little bit of a waffly one, wasn't it? My apologies for that. I was just thinking on the fly as we were going along. Don't forget to go to WeatherWeb for all your latest updates. But for now, thanks again for watching, and whatever you're doing, keep the sun shining, and bye for now.